Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So another gun update video. This time I have two old faithfuls, the Thunder Cage and Enduring Legacy. I thought I'll cover both of them together because both of them got decent buffs with this patch. Now early on we used the Thunder Cage quite a lot. It was a great mobbing gun and Enduring Legacy was a great bossing gun. However, once we got the cores, other guns took over and we forgot about them. However, this patch should bring them back into the rotation. So let's look at the changes here. So for the Thunder Cage, they increased the damage from the unique ability by 200%. It was previously 200% when the enemy exploded. Now it's 400% damage. And they also gave the Thunder Cage the fixed element. Previously, both these guns did not have a fixed element. Now this has electric, 9176. For the Enduring Legacy, we got the fire attribute, 6578. Previously it did not have an element, and it also got an increase to its weak point damage from 1 times to 1.85. So it's become very strong again. So the builds haven't changed that much fundamentally, but they have become a lot more powerful. So basically what we have here, let me just show you the thing. So if you remember the unique ability of the Thunder Cage, so when you defeat an enemy, meaning you kill an enemy, what happens is there is 100% chance of an electric shock wave happening. So basically an electric explosion in a 5-meter radius, and the damage it does is firearm damage multiplied by 400%. Previously this was 200%. This is enough to kill any enemies nearby. For mobbing purposes, this is too much in my opinion. I'll just show you what this gun can do. So let's get the strongest Vulgus we can, which would be the Legion of Immortality, level 260, get 9 of them. So the reason I'm getting Legion of Immortality is because the Thunder Cage is a electric gun, and so these guys will be the most resistant to electric. Okay, now I forgot to spawn them. Now when I build a gun, what I try to do is I have Enzo and Hailey in the back of my mind, especially if the gun has some decent crit. So I try to get to around 30-35% crit rate so that I can get the rest from Enzo and Hailey. So I'll show you the build first. Let me just show you this over here. So this is the setup. We have 33.36% critical hit rate, 8.758 times critical hit damage. Okay, as you know, with Hailey's third ability, she can get 16 stacks of Cold Fury, which slows her down, but increases her crit rate, crit damage, and also the skill critical hit rate. So we got 16 now, and now we have 100% critical hit rate on this monster of a gun, which has a 9 times crit damage. So the result is these level 260 Vulgus that are supposedly resistant to electric damage, they are destroyed in about 3/4 of a magazine. Let's have a, oh, there's one remaining. Okay. Because we are doing the explosion, if I bunch them up even closer, they might explode even faster. So I have 64 bullets here, 9 enemies. Yeah, a little over half the magazine, and they're all dead. So this gun will be very good in the hands of someone like, let's say, Lepic, because Lepic can pull all the enemies in together. You shoot at the guy in the middle, that guy explodes, kills everyone else. And these are level 260 Vulgus. When you are mobbing, you'll be running into level 100 Vulgus. And also these guys are supposedly resistant to electric. If I get another Legion, let's say the Order of Truth, which has basically nothing in terms of defenses, you can see level 100 Vulgus. How many bullets was that? 8 bullets to kill 9 Vulgus. Okay, so this is how strong this has become now. So yeah, so if you use Hailey, you can max out the crit rate. We have a similar situation with Enzo. So if we get Enzo here, so Enzo, we activate his 4th ability, we put down his 1st ability, and we walk through it, and we get 90% critical hit rate, 8.28 times fire damage. So this gun is now excellent, even better for mobbing. So I'm sure they are sort of buffing these guns for the Axiom planes coming up. And so the build hasn't changed fundamentally. So let me just go over the build. So again, I made a video for Thunder Cage not too long ago, but basically this is the setup I have. Thunder Cage has good critical hit rate, critical hit damage, and the unique ability is very special. They've now added the electric damage on it, so we'll work with electric and all the crit related stuff. So rifling reinforcement, where is action and reaction? Action and reaction, concentration priority. We have better insight, better concentration, insight focus for more critical hit rate, critical hit damage, electric enhancement, electric priority, fire rate, and then I have sweeping squad, which is the special mod. This is pretty much the same mod we have used since the start of the game. So when you defeat an enemy, firearm attack goes up by 10.6%, 5 seconds at 100% chance, and up to 3 stacks. So you're increasing your firearm attack as well. So very simple setup. Now this gun is also used in early game. So if you are an early game player, you may want to put some ammo mods because you won't have the cores, because I have put rounds per magazine on the core. So you can put expand weapon charge instead of the second electric mod. And you can put concentrate support ammo instead of the insight focus. Okay. Now for the options and the cores, we have firearm attack, firearm critical hit rate, critical hit damage, and electric, because now we have the electric on the gun. In the free core, I have electric again. Then we have firearm attack. In the red one, I went with critical hit damage. You can go with, let's say, electric, firearm critical hit rate. But as I showed you with Enzo and Hailey, I leave that margin for those two so that we can increase the crit rate if you want to use it with them. If you don't want to use it with Enzo and Hailey, you can also go with critical hit rate. It'll increase it to around like 45% or something like that. In the green one, we have rounds per magazine. And in the yellow one, we have recoil to just make it more comfortable to use. Now, in the rare case that you want to use it with glare, you can put fire rate core instead of rounds per magazine. And you may even put a second fire rate in the free slot. Now, I don't like to build every gun for glare. I think there are better options like the Python and the Last Dagger. Of course, we have Restored Relic for glare. So yeah, I don't want to give every gun to glare because I don't play her that much. But yeah, so this would be like an all-round build for most Descendants, including Enzo and Hailey. Okay, so this is your Thunder Cage build. You're basically trying to do mobbing with this gun, kill the enemy, and enemies nearby will also die because you have 100% explosion when an enemy gets killed with this gun. So that is your build for the Thunder Cage. Then we have the Enduring Legacy. Now also keep in mind, I forgot to mention, the RQ tuning will also matter. So if you are using a gun-based Descendant, go to the left side and put all the firearm related stuff, damage firearm and the crit rate and the crit damage, etc. So this will also give you some extra crit to get you up to that 100% with Enzo and Hailey. Now let's get Hailey back here and then we talk about the Thunder Cage. No, not the Thunder Cage, the Enduring Legacy. Now the Enduring Legacy early game was a bossing gun. Once again, it is kind of similar. It is a crit based gun and it does a lot of crit damage, as you can see here. 31% roughly critical hit rate. Once again, Hailey will be able to increase it quite easily. Now this gun got a fire element, a fixed one, 6,500, and we got more weak point damage. So it went from 1 to 1.85. Now you don't really have to build it with the weak point if you are not planning to fight a Colossus, in my opinion. So what I've done here, I have one build for normal mobbing and one build for bossing. Very minor difference. I have aiming over here. Over here I have insight focus. So once again, very similar build to the Thunder Cage. Action reaction, rifling reinforcement, concentration priority, better concentration. Then we have a fire rate, better insight for crit rate, and insight focus again. And then we have concentrate support ammo, again for the critical hit damage. And then 2 elements, fire enhancement, fire priority. We now have some base fire element as well. So this would be good for mobbing. Now on the outside, to make it a bit more comfortable to use. I'll talk about the course. I have firearm attack, critical hit damage, critical hit rate, and the fourth option is rounds per magazine. In my case, I would say put weak point over there now because we have the weak point. I got a perfect 12% roll, so I could not turn it down. So that's why you see it here. But otherwise, with this change, I would say either put fire over there or put more weak point. In the course, we have fire in the free core. In the red one, I have critical hit damage for the same reason as I showed you with the thunder cage. And in the two yellow cores, I have put recoil and aim shot accuracy because this is a big LMG. Accuracy isn't great. So you can see here, I've increased the accuracy of this gun so that it is easy to mob with this gun if you want it. And of course, we have more crit damage, and that is why you see 10.246 critical hit damage. And of course, let's see what Hailey can do to this gun. So we increase the stacks 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we have 100% crit rate with a 10.7 times crit damage on this LMG. So that is how insane this gun has become. You can make mincemeat out of gluttony now. Like as if it wasn't easy enough to kill that guy. He's now become a punching bag for my experimentations. I have 163 bullets. We have 96 bullets remaining. That's how little effort you need to take this guy down these days. What a shame. So even Gluttony dying so quickly. So in about 67 bullets, I killed him. So yeah, basically this is the enduring legacy. For Enzo, let's get Enzo. Enzo will do the same thing here. And by the way, that was the mobbing build. I did not even switch to the bossing build to take care of gluttony. So once again, Enzo can also increase the crit rate, not as much as Hailey. We should still get into like the high 80s or something. 97. So yeah, even almost the same. So once again, it'll be the same result if you want to use Enzo. And also with the other setup, you can experiment a little bit. You can put half aiming, but I don't want to reduce the accuracy. I would prefer putting weak point damage on the weapon option on the roll. And then over here, I would put something like sharp precision shot. So I think this would be better for bossing purposes, and you'll get the element and stuff like this. So this is the setup for Enduring Legacy. Not too much has changed. We got more element, more weak point damage, and Thunder Cage is now even better for mobbing, especially for people like Lepic, where you can pull all the enemies and shoot all of them. That would be fantastic. So that's it for this one. Thank you for watching. See you next time.